Hey, what is going on, pros and PROesses? It's KMJHS123, and welcome to another sit-down commentary session. Again, we have some good old COD 4 gameplay in the background. Good old domination on good old Bog. The final score is 54-11, another decent score. So, again, time for another topic talk, another sit-down commentary session. Today's topic will be, is it ethical to eat meat? Now, straight away, I just want to say, if you're religious, that's fine because obviously you believe in that. Again, if you're religious, I don't want to offend anyone because this is what this commentary, this series is about, is having good debates, good topics with people. So, if you believe in that, that's fine. I'm not going to try and offend anyone in what I say. I said that's what you believe, so that's fine. So first things first, when we talk about meat, are we talking meat from, chicken, everyday value, everyday chicken, all the way to pigeon, all the way to deer, venison, or all the way to dog, in China or whatever they do. And you have to think, well, there's two different types of meat. There's normal meat, which we don't, domesticate. For example, chicken, cows, we don't, domesticate them like we do with cats and dogs. So, obviously in China it may be okay to eat dogs. That's fine over there, but here that's not. We don't eat dogs here, or in America, well, I hope not, but you know what I mean. We don't eat cats, dogs, like day to day. We can't buy them in a shop. We don't do that because that's non-ethical, because it's domesticated animal, because we care for them, so we eat them. I know you can buy chickens and put them in your garden, but I'm on about proper domesticated animals. Like, you don't buy fish and you bloody grill it. You know what I mean? Let's be fair here. So, certainly in the Western world, so it is non-ethical to obviously eat dog and stuff like that, because it's very, very not, it's just, you wouldn't do that to me. So and then you've got your most common meat. So you've got like beef, chicken and lamb. You've got all that type of common meat. Certainly chicken as well being the most common meat probably in the world, along with beef as well, probably chicken. And then you've got like the meat that's in the middle. You've got like the rarer meat. You've got like deer or venison, which is the same thing. And you've got like people eat pigeon, and a lot of different types of birds. Again, I know chicken, pigeon, but bird. People do eat it. So you have to think: is that ethical as well? Because you think deer is a natural thing in the wild. Natural thing in the wild. We don't domesticate it. But we still eat it. Now, just imagine if it's the other way around. Just imagine if deer was mass produced. Venison. Just imagine if that was mass produced. And cows were, would then deer be, ethical? Now, personally, I do want to try deer and pigeon at one point in my life, because apparently it's quite nice. I know people say deer is quite nice. It's quite meaty. It hasn't got much fat on it, which is fine. And again, if it has a good life and how it's reared, I'm fine by that. But it depends how they're looked after. And again, that comes under the question of ethical. So, obviously, we have free range and non-free range, and we know what the difference is. We have everyday value, or basic or smart price, whatever you want to call it. So we have like the everyday value, we have the normal test, like we have the normal supermarkets own, and then we have like free range, and then we have like their finest range, or their like their chosen like special range or whatever. So everyday value meat is like your caged chickens. We're going to base this commentary on chickens just because it's it's probably the most popular meat. So you have your caged chickens, which are bad looked after. They've got no space. They can't free roam. They're fed genetically modified crap. They're forced to grow fast. A lot of them die. That's bad. You have the normal meat, which is again about in the middle. They're not probably caged. They're probably they're still in like a massive silo warehouse, and they're all crammed like this massive building. But welfare probably is standard welfare. It's probably fair. It's the most standard meat. It's an okay price. Whatever. And then you have like the free from. So not the free from, the free range. Where obviously they are free range. You get to free roam, and the price there pumps up probably about another £6 to £8. I'm deadly serious. You can get a pack of 4 chicken, like for like £4.50, and a pack of like free range £4. £4 chicken or 5 chicken goes up to like £8. I'm like, whoa, £4 to £8, that's a big difference, just for 4 chicken breasts, 5 chicken breasts. But obviously that's what's classed as ethical. And you've got like the finest, or like the chosen, whatever you want to call it, and that's like and that's really nice meat. It's like it's like, so it's free range again, but it's like free range, corn fed, free roaming, with a personal like a personal box cage with personal hay and whatever, and they're not crammed together, and they live in sociable groups of say 20. It says it on the front. It says something really snazzy, and then that's like £15, £12 for I got 5 bags of chicken, and I'm like, whoa, 12, 15 pounds for a bag of chicken. I'm like, wow, yes, that is the most ethical, but in this day and age, does really anyone have that spare cash to dish out a chicken? Now, again, if you're rich, that's different. But you can even see the colour of the chicken, like it's more yellowy because they're fed corn, they're fed natural food, not that genetically modified stuff where the meat goes, standard pink white colour. The finest, whatever has that yellow colour. So, but I mean, again, is it ethical overall? Now, again, if you look at the food chart, you look at scientists, they invented the food chart, they invented the, they invented the so many, have so much meat, have so much, protein. Now, yes, it's good to have a bit of red meat, a bit of white meat. Obviously, lots of chicken contains protein, and it's good for you if it's grilled and whatever. That's fine. Again, it's part of a balanced diet. So, like everything is, like fruit and vegetables, it's all part of a balanced diet. So, I guess, for that reason, for our diets, it is because, vegetarians miss out on certain proteins and stuff. Oh, look at me going in on the kill streak, but they do miss out on certain proteins and stuff. So I guess it is ethical for that reason for us. But let's say everyone bought free range. Like let's say all of a sudden everyone become rich and every single body, well not rich, but let's say everyone just bought free range. Just for example, everyone bought the finest or whatever meat. Think how much space they'd have to create because of all these, all the standard chickening, like the own chicken and everyday value. Think if they had to release every single one of them chickens, and this is including cows, like every other type of free range meat. Just imagine, all the other type of, meat that they'd have to make free range. Think of all that extra space they'd have to create and make. That's insane. I mean, think of all, again, this brings back onto another question, another topic. We're running out of space, or run out of, space and area to do things, but again, to make things 100% ethical and as friendly to the animal as possible, I think they would have to increase the space in that, and if there was demand for it. But it comes to a point where where they run out of space for it. But again, that's going off topic. But I guess that would make it ethical because they'd have the best life. And I know we do mass produce the chicken and we do eat loads of it, but as long as we give them the best life possible, that's that. I mean, we're just at the top of the food chain, unfortunately. We eat everything. We butcher everything. So I guess we want to give them trying the best life possible. But again, as long as governments and money, money situation these days, that's never going to happen because people just cannot afford, £12 for 4 chicken breasts when you can get £12, we can get 4 chicken breasts for £4. Not if they value chicken breasts for like £3, for example, it's like £1 cheaper. So, till I think money sorts itself out, or the world and ethical, rules and stuff, I think it will just be. I think it's just going to sell out that personally. Again, the question is to you guys: do you think it is personally ethical? Again, I know if you're religious, obviously, you have certain beliefs and stuff, which is, which is fine. But I mean, obviously, chicken, beef thing, just because it's mass produced, we would class it as ethical. And again, would you class pigeon and deer as ethical as well? Now, I always thought, first of all, eating pigeon deer was weird. Like, it wasn't, it was weird because like, you don't really eat deer, you don't really eat pigeon. Like, I thought, I wouldn't really want to try it or eat it. But again, if it was the other way around, chicken was like deer and deer was like chicken, it would just be, it's okay to eat deer but not to eat, chicken. But again, it raises other questions, what other meat? I mean, there's loads of meat. I mean, also you've got pork as well, and we all know, we all know this, we all know that. And again, it brings us to the question: free-range pork, free roaming pigs. Again, it's all under the, all under the ethical question, and along those lines as well. But I think in this day and age, we eat so much of it, we just don't think what is behind the meat in our packet, or behind our chicken burger, or behind our burger. And even the big companies like McDonald's, for example, they even say they only use 100%, British and Irish beef, and it's, I don't know if it's free range or not, I'm not sure, but, they only use British beef, which again, would be more ethical because they're supporting the UK economy by only buying British and Irish beef, they're not buying it, overseas where, like, so it could be, there could be any rules over there, look at these grenades. Again, remember a few years back, remember with the horse meat, I don't know if this, I don't know if you heard about this in America, but certainly in the UK, one of the supermarkets, they had all the horse meat apparently, and beef and stuff. They, these companies were doing horse meat behind the supermarkets' backs, It was really, really bad, and they then had to get it all investigated and sorted out. So we were eating horse meat without knowing it. So again, other horses, you wouldn't think to eat a horse because you think, oh yeah, we all buy a personal horse, we love it, we ride it, we comb it, we look after it. Yet, you know, for a good few months or however long it went on for, we were eating horse without knowing it. Horses were getting slaughtered. We don't know how the meat was looked after. We don't know anything about it. Yet we were still eating it, which makes that, you know, unethical. Yet we still ate it. It's just again, it's just under what, you know, it's just under what you believe and what you know, what you think, and just again, I said what you believe. I guess at the end of the day, you know, we all eat our meat, we all eat our beef, you know, pork, whatever. You know, we're all guilty of buying, you know, these standard meat. You know, they live in the standard conditions. But again, you know, what we're gonna do, guys, you know, it just brings down to the question of money again. You know, we all can't afford free range or stuff. You know, personally, we'd all like to buy free range. We'd all like to have good, you know, ethical, you know, for our animal friends. You know, we'd all love it. You know, and again, I know I'm running out of time now, but we have to talk about fish as well as the meat. You know, we all know how fish and, like, you know, is weird these days, and obviously artificial salmon and stuff like that, and they lose their colour, and you know, a lot of companies do now reasonably source fish as well, which is fine. But again, fish is no other type of meat as well, and you know, it just brings up a whole other, you know, load of questions. But my question is to you guys: do you eat meat, religious or non-religious? Do you think it's ethical? You know, do you buy free range? Do you not buy free range? You know, would you eat deer? Would you eat pigeon? Obviously, you wouldn't eat dog because we just don't do that in the Western world. But yeah, that's my main question to you guys. So yeah, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Again, final score is 54-11. I was going on the streak here with the old MP44. Do love this gun. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. I shall see you all later.